This is an Iwebu production.
Period.
So how exactly did the Iwebus meet? Like how did our love story come about? How did this all form?
Yes.
And we'll start. We'll give each other's version. So we'll start with your. We want to start with your version first, baby.
I mean, sure. We can go back and forth. Yeah, well, I guess we can start with mine. We both agree where we met, guys. So we met at church.
Yes, we did. That's facts.
Namdi was on the praise team. That was just my first time seeing you on the stage.
Yes.
You were the tenor, and he had on big black boots.
Jodeci boots, y'all.
And like a really super tight shirt with like big shoulders.
Hold on.
What?
Come on now, my tight. I ain't had no. Okay, I did.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, my
he
pastor
was trying
used
to
to
be
be
sexy.
like, "Nah, I'm the
You was literally trying to show off your chest.
No, I wasn't. No, I had been in the gym, but I didn't. Yeah, I was trying. So, for those who've been knowing me for a long time, during that early 2000 era or whatever, I was the guy with the triple XT on. So when I finally figured it out that I was wearing too big baggy tees, I finally started
went the complete opposite route to get two small shirts. So when you put on that shirt in the morning, you wasn't like, dang, my pecs are like my shoulders and pecs and arms.
I mean, I just felt like anybody that been working out their pecs and shoulders be showing.
If we're gonna move forward,
yeah. See this what I'm talking about?
If we're gonna move forward with telling the story, you cannot cast.
Let's keep going.
He was literally trying to show off his pecs and shoulders and stuff. But
I guess
the thing that I remember about Namdi was that he just always looked over on our side with me, my sister, and my cousin, and we always made eye contact.
I guess so. Yeah. I mean, Go ahead.
You agree with that?
No, we always made eye contact.
When I would open my eyes in between worshiping the Lord and trying to have an intimate moment with God in service. So
you're basically saying I was looking at you.
Yes, I definitely do recall that.
Okay. Yeah, I don't. So here's the thing: when she thought I was looking at her,
oh my Lord.
Okay, really what was happening was they were the livest section. Like other than like I had one particular sister in one area of the church on the left. She was hype, probably like a couple of them. And then on y'all side, y'all used to be on the right side. And I was just like, okay, y'all really praising. This is before you actually got on the praise team. But go ahead.
Okay. That's what we don't agree on, but okay. So I got on the praise team and I was in a relationship. Oh gosh, well. I was in a kitty stationship, like a very childish. I was in a very childish relationship, and Namdi at that time, you were dating someone as well, and even knowing that or not knowing that, I just was not paying attention to you. Like I just was like, hey, brother in Christ, hello, how you doing? I don't remember talking to you much at all during rehearsals, like praise team. I remember one specific moment when. I had got my hair done, and it was slay, baby. I had did a blind side part with the bangs and like a bunch of layers, and it was just it was giving. I looked and I knew I looked good that day too. I had on this little cute blue fitted dress with my little sandals on, and Namdi was just like, "Oh my God! Like every woman in the world should do their hair like that, and that's just so beautiful. Like wow! Like he was just so amazed at how I looked, and I remember in that moment just like, okay, you're doing a bit much, but I felt uncomfortable, to be honest. Like you are over complimenting me.
Yeah. See, first off.
Am I gonna tell the story?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Before I got with my wife, I was just naturally that guy, and my sister, like if I felt like, oh man, like your hair was nice or something, you would do that. I think it's in a Nigerian brother's spirit to just be a complimentive guy who tells you, without necessarily liking you or something. But yeah, I think her hair was pretty dope that day. I vaguely kind of remember that. And I for some reason, me being so naive, I probably, just was like, never seen nothing like that. Probably thought it was just all yours. You didn't do no.
Yeah, you thought extensions. It was my hair.
Yeah, I thought it was.
He thought hair down to my behind was blonde was mine.
Yeah, I just tripping.
Yeah. So anywho,
you think I know better, but yeah.
Yeah. So that was another moment that I was like, oh, he finds me attractive. And then I remember going to an event that I expected him to be at because of the people that was there. And I remember going, let me rewind back. I remember you being concerned about who I signed with. So I had signed to a label in Kansas City. See, this story might be a little, but I remember, I signed to a small label in Kansas City, and I don't even know how this man got me on social media and started like doing any of that. But I remember him just like, if I had $1 million, I would sign you. And if you like just overly concerned. And then when I like went to thinking about going to the Navy, like you were just always concerned with what I was doing. And am I gonna be able to tell my story?
It's just so many areas. It's just like
okay. So you didn't say. Hold on. So when I signed to the label, you wasn't on some. If I had $1 million, I would have signed you.
Oh, definitely. So
okay, nope, that's it. Okay. And when I went to Virginia about the Navy, you wasn't on some like, dang, why? Well, yes or no? Yes or no?
I mean. Did I come off that way to you?
Yes.
Okay, no, I think I think I was more just like, man, why would you go to the Navy when you're so talented? Like, who would, like, just think of Nicki Minaj or...
Some of them have military backgrounds.
Whatever, these new girls, Glorilla, all of them, they going to the Navy when they're so actually, like, dope. Huh?
Okay, people go to school for nursing and don't do that.
It's like, why wouldn't you at this stage really go pursue your dream fully? That's what I was thinking. Right. It wasn't nothing about like, girl, you leaving. Like, I wasn't
okay,
thinking,
I'll go ahead and
because straight up.
That's actually not true because you eventually told me what's up. But okay, I won't do that. So then I ended up going to an event that I knew that Nnamdi would be at, or I expected him to be at. And
so I was expecting.
No, not expecting.
It's okay. Tell him again. Say that again.
It's because
I was expecting him to be at meetings that she was thinking about it. Like, I bet you Nnamdi gonna be there.
I literally saw your ex, and so I thought that you would be with her. That's just simple as that. Make that very clear. And so I ended up going, and that following Sunday, I was like, "Hey, why weren't you at such and such?" And you were like, "Oh yeah, we're not together no more." And I was like, "Oh, okay." Yeah. Just to give a brief situation on that, when I found out that Nnamdi was engaged, my first thing was like, oh, they were dating, because I never saw y'all interact. So that was the first thing that I was actually like, I didn't even know he was with somebody. I never see him talk to her. I never see them affectionate, like, like what couples do, sit together after church, walk to the car, give her a kiss. Like, I just never saw them intermingle. Is that a word, intermingle?
You just never seen us.
Just never saw
any public affection or just around each other,
or even like it's nothing.
Yeah, it's a lot to that. But go ahead.
Yes, I never saw it. So let me speed this up. So that moment that you said that, I was just like, well, yeah, that makes sense, because that was kind of weird to me to begin with, that y'all never talked. So we ended up singing or whatever. Fast forward, you ended up getting a job, and you asked me, where did I live? Because your job was close. It was in the same city that I lived in. And I guess you were looking for places that were closer to your job. Yeah. Next thing I know, Nnamdi's moving in the same apartment that I stayed in.
I'll get to that. No, apartment area.
Yeah, apartment building. The same building.
Same building, just building. On two different sides.
Yeah, he was on the third. I was on the bottom. Same building.
Yeah.
And I was just like, okay, well, that moved quick. Like, I thought he was just going to kind of be in an area. I didn't know. So, yeah. Do you want to cut in?
I guess I could cut in with my... Is that yours? Before we go to the next step?
You moved in, and it's a lot to the moving in part.
Yeah, so we got more to that.
You can cut in, and then we can go back and forth. Go ahead.
So far, I mean, you feel like you told your best version of how...
No, I didn't tell the best. I told the truth.
All right, so listen here. Y'all ready for the truth? All right, here we go. So, we were on the same praise team at church. Eventually, obviously she came and she was out in the crowd. Worship was real pure. I didn't really see many women, to be honest with you, worshiping just so fully and free. Even her family, just her, her sister and also her cousin, they were just worshiping freely. So again, I looked to them a lot over there in that section. But I think I will fast forward praise team, yeah, we didn't really talk to each other. We didn't really communicate with each other much there at all. I found out that you were an artist. I thought you were really, really, really dope. So one of my boys was telling me like, man, yeah, she raps, she dope. Matter of fact, to get to that, actually, I remember you selling your CDs. She was selling her CDs. And she was like, are you going to buy one of my CDs? She caught me outside. I was like,
I asked you?
I was like, yeah. I was like,
So you gonna buy
I don't got no cash. I mean, it's just, here, don't worry about it.
And I did not have that type of
you don't have to worry about that.
Okay.
Just gave it to me. I'm like, oh, listen to it. I'm like, man, she is really dope.
Yeah,
Therefore, when she was talking about going to the Navy and all that, I'm like, why? I'm like, you got some potential on as being an artist. Either way, fast forward, I can tell you the signs of when she started to kind of make her little gestures at me. I didn't notice it until we actually were together. So full disclosure, I didn't really catch none of these hints. Sometimes, unfortunately, you know, I can miss some things because every time when I'm looking at any sister, even when I met her, especially at churches, I'm like, this is my sister in Christ. Like, and I do my best to keep it at that. Did I realize you were attractive? Yes, but I always kept it like that with anybody, and I knew that being in leadership, I had to hold a certain standard as far as being on the worship team, all those things. So anyway, it was a few different things that you did. Number one, I believe was the first time you reached out and you were, I had put up a post about having a job at one of my stores I was in. You know, I managed a T-Mobile store, and she acted like she wanted the job. I sent her the link, like, yeah, go ahead and apply. Yeah, let me know when you done it. And I heard nothing back. So I was like, hey, do you hey, something wrong with the link or something? Like, what's going on? I sent it to her. She's like, yeah, so it didn't work right for me. Never heard nothing back about this job. So again, not at that time, I didn't realize she was throwing her little hints. But later on, I was like, oh, wow, when the trail, follow me. You'll understand why. So next, another time she reaches out to me about possibly upgrading and figuring out what store I was at and all these things. This is true. This is real talk. And I got receipts. If y'all want to say Namdi post the receipts, I still got it was Facebook
y'all
Messenger. That's how she was messaging with me, was through Facebook Messenger. So I still got it to this day. So anyway, fast forward, she's supposed to get this upgrade. Never happens. Never comes through or anything. I'm like, you hit me up on multiple occasions.
I'm so weak.
On to eventually that conversation. The crazy thing is that conversation about me being at the party or whatever I was supposed to be at, I felt it. When I told her that me and, you know, this young lady I was with was no longer together, I just kind of felt this. It was kind of this look like, okay. Like, it was just something about it. It was like,
I don't remember.
In hindsight, like, I didn't really get it then, but I can remember that time just like yesterday. You was sitting on the steps right before we was about to go up to do praise and worship that morning. Mm-hmm. You were sitting on the steps. I was standing up. Yeah. I remember that. I will never forget it. So either way, fast forward, and I think it was maybe like a month or so later, and she said, hey, she sends me a message on, again, Facebook Messenger. Hey, did you just add me on Snapchat? Again, I'm not even paying no attention. At this time, I'm going through a kind of transition in my life. I had been praying and just really deep, just me and God, all right? Because I had just broken off an engagement and all this. But she had said, did you send me a Snapchat invite or something? I'm like, nah. Again, hindsight didn't recognize it.
You thought that was flirting.
When I look back at it, it probably was. It was like, hey, I'm trying to get some conversation going here. Hey, do you see me? What's up? Because this was now your third time reaching out to me in some type of form and way. Okay? Fast forward. Yes, I did need to move because I was going to be managing a store that would be in the same particular area of you know, Kansas City that she would be in. And so this other place that fell through. I was like, okay, I do need to, it would be great if I could be closer to the store. I'll be like basically like 5 minutes. So I said, hey, what area do y'all stay in? Because I knew they lived in this particular area So
and how did you know that? Because you had to do some type of research.
No, because your sister, I believe, talked to your sister a cool amount of times. Her and Gerald, I talked to them, and yeah,
but you didn't move where they were. You moved where I lived.
Right. So I just asked you because we was just at worship rehearsal, and I just thought, man, let me ask her about this. So she told me where it was at, and I just said, man, let me try this because I was running out of options, and I need to make this move here very quickly. Came to find out it was a really great place. Loved my area, my apartment, and all that. She know I loved it, and I moved in, and the first visit I got was from my good old neighbor with some sweet potato pie. Would you like some? She comes up, hey, by this time I believe we at least had each other's contact. Yeah, because we wasn't going through Messenger, I don't believe, at this time.
Yeah, I think maybe we had it. Yeah,
we might have had each other's.
I had to because I feel like I text you like, are you moved in or something like that?
Yeah, I think we kind of exchanged contacts fairly from there. And he was like, hey, I went to a party, like we had a party or something like that, and it was some leftover pie.
Yes, and that's true because Christy can attest to that. Yes, she can, and I can literally ask her to. It was her going away party.
Okay,
she's back.
But either way, now. If anybody knows me, I love sweet potato pie. Like really love sweet potato pie, and so I think she did her research on me, found out what I really like, and she showed up with it. That was her first plate, and then she came with another plate, and so. That's my version of how we met. And so if you ever meet as a person and you ever talk to as a person, it's always a controversy about it.
So he feels like, to wrap this up, Nnamdi feels like I pursued him. Yes. He feels like along the journey, I was like consistently showing up in a way that was like, hey, like, look at me.
Hey, listen.
I feel like.
You left the crumbs. You left a trail of crumbs all the way up to it. How many times are you gonna make a contact? You were trying to get my attention, and I know you as an aggressor, babe. When you want something, you go after it. So knowing you now, I know you wasn't about to make it like plain and known, like, hey, what's up?
I think
but you was gonna be like, hey,
let's agree to this.
Do you see
on
me?
Camera here right now.
Okay.
Let's say, can you agree with that? I made myself available to you.
Yes.
Okay, but not pursued you.
You told me you pursued me.
What are you talking about?
You did kind of like tell me you pursued me.
When did I say that?
I believe you did here recently. But I would say you did make yourself, let's be fair. Let's meet in the middle right here. She made herself available to me. So that.
I made myself available to him when he was single.
Yes. And I had yeah, you did.
Oh, okay. That yes sounded a little shaky.
No, you did.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure. Like
you
that.
Didn't.
The that was once the conversation of, oh, we're not together no more.
Yes.
And then you moved to my apartment. Like that was your first move. Is moving in the same building as me.
Yes.
You followed me.
No.
And then, yeah, that's what happened.
So either way, so that right there, you guys, for those who want to know, how did the Iwebu's meet? That's exactly how we met. Hey, thank you for making it to the end of this video. If you could do us a huge favor, please hit that like button and please subscribe.
Yes, and please do not forget to hit that notification bell. We need y'all to be locked in every single time we drop this fire content. Yes. Also, we need y'all to follow us on all social media platforms at the Iwebus. And look, we will see y'all on the next video.
Holla.